course, I've explained this many times, and but just want to explain again. People who have been wondering why have I not owned the 548, just want to let you know why. It's not because of affordability. That's not the reason. Because this question has been coming up every now and then. If I wanted to own a 548, I would have owned that long time ago. So it doesn't mean I don't like 548. Those who have been observant, you know there's a particular model which I recommend. Doesn't mean the other ones are not okay, but there's a reason why I recommend that one, because number one, or one of the reasons is I like the way it looks, the car looks, and the repair part of it, you know, when it comes to, you could say maintenance cost, not necessarily repair. The one that, from my experience, tend to give less headache. That's by the way. Now, one of the reasons why I chose not to own a 548 is because of performance. Because of performance. When I mean 548, I'm referring to W2, the 2010 to 2017 model. I will also say even 2018 to 2024, 25. Yeah, you could say maybe I can't afford those 2018, but I just don't also have interest in those ones. Again, performance. Now, let's talk about the W2. Power. Is there, but too poor for me. I will always tell you that the W2 508 is just like a quicker EW12. That's the only way I'll put it. A quicker EW12. By that time, EW12 J4 engine, that's 2.2 liter engine you find in 407, 406, other Peugeot cars. There's nothing much. I've driven quite a number of Peugeot cars with that engine, so like I said, I don't expect that much from them. For example, today I drove one, and the owner was wondering if there is an issue with the vehicle. There could be, though. Electrically, it didn't show any sign of issue, but yeah, you could say it wasn't as quick as the owner would want it. But I was driving it, I was like, of course, nothing compared to my V6. It could do this one, but then it still doesn't. It didn't perform necessarily below my expectation. It was basically the way I know 508 does those W2. So fast, yes, but quick, not really. Now, these are common engine. The common engine in those 508 are THP 150, THP 156, THP 163, and VTI 120. Of course, that VTI 120 is no-go area. Not necessarily because of the engine, but because of the transmission attached to it. So this other engine, the 150 to 163. Okay, you could say the torque, how much? The torque is 243, if I'm not mistaken, or is it 240 or 243 Nm? Yeah, it's higher than those EW12 J4. But in terms of the HP, they're basically almost the same. And then, practically when you drive them, it takes a lot for them to actually get up and go. You know. For example, this is a V6 now. Let's see how this one behaves. I want you guys to see the difference. I can't do this with a 508. I cannot do this with a 508 W2. So that's the issue I have with 508. The get up and go is not impressive. I just can't find my, see, I'm willing to buy a car that is less, that has less power than all the cars I currently have. But at least it has to be probably an older vehicle, like a classic or a vintage car. I'm willing to go that route, like 504, 505. Getting a 505 is not necessarily going to be we are going for something quicker than what I currently have. No, it's for a different experience. But if I'm going for something newer, it must have more power than what I currently have, at least almost the same. So that's why issue I have with 508. That's the issue I have with 508. I just couldn't bring myself to buy something that's less powerful or not as quick as cars I have. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. Now, it doesn't mean if I have a means to own an EW12J4, I will not. What I mean is, let's assume 307. Like I remember, guys, that project is kind of still there. I kind of cancelled it, but I might still revive it in future. Who knows? Yeah, I'll be willing to drive own a 307 with EW12J4 engine, which I can convert and put, or 307 with that EW10J4S. Because that's a big car. So in that, yeah, I'm looking at the size and yeah, it makes sense. But for a big size vehicle that has almost the same weight with 407, and then I won't be able to push the car to be as quick as this one. I mean, aside my 505 V6, this is like even this the slowest. It's faster than my 505 V6. I mean this one, and or quicker. Let's just use the word quicker. Look at my 505 V6 and 505 V6. The 607 is quicker than this one. Now my 406 V6 is the fastest among them. So even if I'm buying one, it has to be at least quicker than this one. Any next model car I have to buy or have to own, it has to be quicker than this one, otherwise it's pointless. That's how I see that. So if I'm going for a classic car, fine, I don't care the power. Well, yeah, kind of, at least I know I won't want to go less than 2.0 engine. At least to have that kind of a little bit torque to pull, because the bigger the engine, the more torque the engine possesses. So irrespective of horsepower, that torque will help to pull you, you know, a lot. Likewise, the transmission is also one of the reasons why I'm not interested. Now, the reason why I don't like the current 508, the R8, that's 2018 to 2022 or 2024. I think there's another one now. I don't even know the code name. Like the 2025, 2024. So that one, I honestly don't like it. I wouldn't bother to own it as well. Even though it has more power, which is 225. The reason why I'm not interested is the transmission. None of them have manual. It's as simple as that. So I don't care the power you possess. If it's not attached to a manual transmission and there is no means for me to convert it to manual easily, there's no point. It's not for me. So that's why I still refer it to generally performance. That's the thing. So that's why. Okay, I think I'll park here so that I'll conclude on this video. So my advice is this. If you are interested in 508, I want you to go and test drive it. If you really like the car and want to own it, go and test drive it. Like I said, see, I enjoy driving 407 with EW12J4 engine. I enjoy doing that. Will I buy one? No. But will I drive among, let's assume you bring a 407 V6 automatic, 407 EW12 manual, I'll pick the 407 E12 manual. I mean, it's give me option to drive one, not to own one. To drive one, yeah, I'll pick the EW12 to drive, test drive or whatever. If you say I pick any of them I own as it become yours, I'll pick the V6 and convert it to manual. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So the E12 one is very fun. It doesn't mean it has power close to V6. No, it doesn't. But it's very engaging and fun to drive. Fast, not necessarily a quick car, but fast. So that's how. Then the same thing if you are going for a 508 this W2 model, you will see it as a 407 or a 406 that is faster than EW12, not V6. No, it's not far. It's not even close to V6 power or quickness. But at least it's faster than 406 and the 407 with EW12J4 engine. So that's how you could see that. With that way, you won't feel disappointed. You won't feel disappointed that it didn't meet your expectation. It will be better for you that way. The only TSP engine, I will say, okay, maybe it will make sense if you are interested. Some car that is fast is the one in 308. Remember, 308 doesn't have much. The weight is there, but not necessarily that much. I can't even remember if it has less weight than 307. It appears so, or maybe I'm mistaking it with another car. So yeah, 308 with that same THP engine, that's turbocharged engine in 508, is way faster than 508. I'm talking about the 163. It's much faster. The only thing I haven't driven is 308 turbo engine with manual transmission. I haven't. But for the automatic ones, I've driven quite a number of them. They are fast, yes, fun. Well, I don't know, it's debatable. Not for me though. 508 manual, I've driven one and I enjoyed it. Trust me, I enjoyed it. Automatic is also, if you're into automatic, you enjoy it, but not for me, So, I'm not discouraging you from buying a 508 with THP engine, but I'm telling you, please test drive it first, feel the power, if it's okay to you. At least the advantage is the fuel consumption is actually there if you push it hard. That's another thing I want people to know. If you try to drive 508 hard to enjoy it, if you see that thing I did the other while, is it a few minutes ago on the express, if you try it on 508, the fuel gauge, boom, same thing. I say the commensurate of power between the vehicle speed, the power, the engine sound between the engine, okay, let's put it a different way. The sound the engine produces at that kind of push won't be commensurate to the vehicle speed. So that's the only thing. It will move. In fact, another major factor why I kind of not so much interested in 508 W2 is the engine sound. Let me reduce this 407 and the AC shouting. So the engine sounds. No, I'm here to bring myself to drive a turbo THP engine. That's the only 2 HP engine that makes sense to me, at least that I could say makes in terms of design is THP 200 and THP 270. Those are the only THP you could say. No, the sound, they makes aggressive sound. So at least the power will be commensurate, and they're also much faster. In fact, to put it in a different way, the only car that you can drive and will give you similar power to that of the V6 is like 308 THP 200, RCZ THP 200, THP 270. Likewise, 308 that T9 THP 270, and there are other ones that have more than 2. I think the GT is about 220 or so, or 200. Then you have 208 as well. 208 GTI is THP 200 or 205. I think THP 205 horsepower, something like that. So those ones, they have some attachment on the engine that make them to sound very aggressive. It's just that their own sound are kind of artificial, not necessarily from the engine. It's not the engine that produces the sound. It's there's something they attach on the air filter assembly or air intake assembly that produces that aggressive sound. Why the V6 is naturally produces that sound with or without any artificial or an attachment. So those are the things why I just. So to be honest, as it is, it's most likely, I don't know, I said it before, but I know there was a time I said it before I even got my Z9. I thought I've ended my, honestly, I thought my 406 would be my last Peugeot. You know, but then I realized I can get a Z9 and convert it to manual. Likewise, this one, and RCZ was in my distance, but I'm beginning to lose interest. You know, power, yeah, THP 200 is there, 270 is there. 270 will be my preference, you know, but then in that case I will have to be ordering some parts. For example, the brake pads are not available in Nigeria. The brake discs are not available in Nigeria, it's the front ones. So it means that if I need to buy a brake pad, I have to order it. And right now, a brake pad of that RCZ 2HP 270 costs close to, the brake pad and disc together cost about £3,000. So it's basically the same amount of buying a car. I'm talking about you spend close to, what is 3 million? Imagine what £2,000 means. Do the calculation. You know, so to change your brake pad, this is what you have to spend. So that kind of discourages me. You know, so unless one can figure out a way to convert, because it's a performance brake, you know, different from other RCZ. So and then the front suspension is different from the other RCZ. So will it be able to match if you do the conversion? To take the other RCZ components, front suspension, to put it on that's the one that are not for performance. They are performance, you know, but hardcore performance. The THP 270 has that. So those are the things that kind of discourage me, because that's the only way you can own an RCZR in Nigeria, is to do that conversion to non-performance suspension. That's the only way. So if you don't succeed in that, then it becomes an issue. Then the gearbox is also different. The gearbox is LSD, so you must use the recommended oil for it, otherwise you damage the gearbox. So there are many reasons why I kind of started losing interest. THP 200 is kind of standard. You can get the pass, the brake pass, and it will just give me the same power with this V6. You know, not faster than any of them. The engine sound will be quick, you know, aggressive, but I won't really get it to be faster. point is, I may end up my next model car I will add might not be a Peugeot. As far as it has a manual transmission and a V6 as well. That's for now. So I'm looking at. You see this turbo team. I wouldn't mind to own a turbo team, but it has to worth it. That's why I say it's only that THP RCZ THP 270 that I'll be willing, or THP 200 at most. But see all these other 163. No, I'm not going to go into that kind of ownership when I don't actually derive. I'll be spending more on maintenance, yet I don't derive the value of what I'm going for. What's the point if you're not going to give me that performance more than I currently have or experiencing? It's pointless. I understand the fuel economy involved, but like I said, not everybody is after fuel economy. I am not. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to point out. I know this video might be boring to some people, but I just wanted to know why I have not and will not own a W250. So don't take it the wrong way. Don't say it's a bad car because I chose not to. I mean, there are so many good cars, Peugeot good cars I don't have or don't plan to have. So, you know, everybody have their preferences. Some people, it must be automatic. If it's not automatic, they are not interested. So same way to me. If it's not manual, I'm not interested. So I just want people to have that understanding before you start taking it the wrong way. Meaning that if it must be manual, there has to be a performance one. If it's not a performance manual, I don't care. You know. Right now, I can afford to fuel the performance one. So not everybody maybe can afford, but I can. I don't know why. It's not an issue to me for right now. So even though if you like Nigeria, let them sell for 2,000 a liter. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here, and till next time, like and subscribe to this channel, and till the next video.